Today's episode of the GoldCast is sponsored by Scotch Tape. Are you tired of using nails? Are you tired of using thumbtacks to hold things up on your walls? Thumbtacks was a previous sponsor of ours, by the way. Then try our brand new, more aggressive sponsor, Scotch Tape, available at any hardware store near you. Now, Ray, before we get started, why don't you tell us where can they find us?
You can like us on Facebook.com at Facebook.com/thegold. Let me start over. You can like us at Facebook.com/thegoldcast. You can also follow us on Instagram at thegoldcast, as well as follow us on Twitter at thegoldcast_. You can also subscribe to us via iTunes, YouTube, and Stitcher, all under the same name, The GoldCast. And make sure to hit that subscribe button on the latter three, because that way you'll get notifications when we go live after we record, which is awesome because then you can listen to us whether you're on Stitcher or you're on the iOS platform. You can get your iTunes fix. Android is YouTube and Stitcher. Doesn't matter. Get a device. I love Scotch Tape.
All right, we're about to get into this, man. We're going to start, obviously, with the big news of the day. Warriors going 12-0. Then we're going to get into this Warriors-Cavs beef and what we think about it, because I think this beef is getting for real, and I love it. I love how it tastes. Nothing tastes better than rivalries. And then once we get past the rivalries, we're going to talk a little bit about the big rumor that Colin Kaepernick might be going to the Seattle Seahawks. Ray, have you heard this? This is we're going to talk about this Colin Kaepernick karma that I think is destined to happen if he goes there. Kind of crazy, right?
It'll kind of be a nice little, I guess, swan song, because that's probably what will end his years, unless he just does a one-year stint. I think it'll be a nice way for him to kind of get back into the league. You stay on the West Coast. You kind of pull Kevin Durant and LeBron James, not necessarily by choice, but because nobody else wants you. And Seattle is a decent fit because Russell Wilson is.
Whoa, hold on. Before we do that, Raymond, let's do the intro to the GoldCast.
Oh, okay.
All right, GoldCast. Here we go. Let's get busy.
San Francisco, are you ready?
This is the GoldCast.
In a not too distant future. That should be our intro.
All right, here we go. Boom! Welcome to another edition of the GoldCast. We are the voice of the Bay. I'm your host, Rudy Solis III, and with me is my brother, my co-host,
Raymond Solis the first, baby.
Baby.
Bay Area.
Bay Area. All right, so let's get into this, man. Let's start with the biggest story of the day. Warriors-Spurs Western Conference Finals. It is over and done. The Warriors have gone 12-0. They are the first team in NBA history to go undefeated.
Another record. How many records has this team set within the last 3 or 4 years? Incredible.
First team to go 12-0 after last year breaking the single season record for most regular season wins. I mean, it's just insane, man. Steph Curry has willed himself to this level. You know, he was always really good, but man, where they are and what they've managed to do and what Kevin Durant now means to this team. Kevin Durant is really hit a stride and a confidence. You know, it's just really exciting, man. It's an insane time to be a sports fan in the Bay.
Mm-hmm. Goodness,
you know what? It
better myself.
Yeah, you know, it's just really it's really dope, man. I mean, it's super impressive. I can't believe what's happening. It's just incredible, man.
I think it's fair to say that the last time we saw an era this good was with, the last two stints from the Lakers. Because not even the Celtics run, 8 years prior to was as good as this. They went to back-to-back championships, but they lost one of those, and then they kind of fizzled out fairly short, and then the big three got broken up. But the Kobe era was probably the last time that a team was this good, and before that, it was the Jordan era, and before that, it was the Magic Johnson era. So, and I don't count Cleveland because I don't know, they're kind of fucking whack.
So let's get into that for a second. This shit between us and the Cavs, man. This shit is real right now. This is like really real. Okay, so I was at the bar the other day and I was working, and this dude was in there and he was watching, and it was game 2 against Cavs and Celtics, right? And he's watching the game, and I'm noticing, but then I look down and realize he's wearing a Cavs shirt, and I said, "Oh, you're a Cavs fan, huh?" And me and him are cool. Like, this dude's name is Chris. Like, we're talking the whole time. He's a nice guy, cool dude, and he goes, "Yeah. Why? You a Cavs fan too?" I said, "No, man. I'm from San Francisco." And his like eyes glazed over, and he was like, "Dude," and it got so twisted between us, like hella fast. It got super twisted. Guy was like, he's like, "Dude," he goes, "Man," he goes, "you guys," he goes, "I know you guys think you're so dope, man." He goes, "But I'm telling you straight, bro." He goes, "Kevin Durant does not make your team that much better." I said,
Yeah, he does.
"Oh,
Quite a bit.
oh my God. Are you serious?" I said, "Well, if you want
It's
to get,
actually historically significant. How much better?
yeah,
it makes us.
we exactly." I said this to him. I said, "Well, man, if you want to get honest, bro," I go, "I think this is one of the weakest teams LeBron James has ever gone into the post with. You guys have no defense. Let me ask you a question." This is what I asked the guy. So I said, "Let me ask you a question. LeBron James," I go, what is your team going to honestly do?" I'm just asking honestly. Not trying to be a dick. I'm just asking honestly. What are you guys going to do defensively to stop the four-headed monster of the Warriors? And you know what this dude told me?
What did he say?
This guy said, "I don't think defense is really going to matter that much in the next round." Okay. And then he said, "I believe the Cavs are going to beat you in 6 games." He goes, "And I don't think defense is going to really matter much at all."
Oh, so it's just going to be an all-star game where it's just offense against offense. Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. Yeah, good thinking. Did you tell him to go get his fucking shine box after that?
Here was the thing, man. I was like, this shit is so real between us. I told my buddy who also lives in LA, who's a diehard Dodgers fan. I was like, if LeBron James was playing the Dodgers, I would root for the Dodgers right now. That like ignorant ass Cavalier bullshit. Oh God, it drives me crazy.
I would too. I'd root for the Cubs. I'd root for Seattle. I'd root for Tom Brady. Although, God, that'd be a pretty hard toss-up. But, well, actually, I take that Tom Brady one back. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'd root for LeBron. Somebody throw to that tight end quick.
Man, this is really real, man. This is, and just depending on where we are in the year, depending on where we are in the season, that will determine kind of where we're at. And right now, for me, LeBron James, my hatred for this team is at an all-time apex. And it's because we all know where this is headed. And I'll tell you what, I just watched a team without Isaiah Thomas come back from down 21 points and put up a defensive stopping on a team that I was just told by Cavs fans that defense isn't going to matter by. And they just got stopped.
He looked gassed. He looked lethargic at times. He looked unmotivated, and he was like, I don't know if it was, I wouldn't even call it rookie LeBron. He did not look confident. He was hesitating on shots and actually just kind of distributing it and not opting to take the big shot. And I don't know if that's because he felt he was gas and because he knew he didn't have. I don't know. Obviously he's good enough that, the odds are he's probably going to bounce back pretty strongly in the next game. But I was very surprised at his lackluster performance. I mean, if he has a typical LeBron game, they win that game by at least double figures. So, he only had, I think he finished the game with 10 points. He's been averaging like close to, I think 30 plus.
He was scoreless in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I think part of it was defense because the Celtics played great defense. This was a team that is coached by a guy who's really big on defense the same way Steve Kerr is and Greg Popovich is. He just needs a better cast of players to really kind of consistently do it. He needs a couple more stars to really get over the hump, but they did end up, banging out the number 1 seed in the East, which is that's something that's commendable for sure. But at the same time, LeBron was just not LeBron in that last game, and it was so great to see because I just love seeing LeBron lose. Did you see Mike Rappaport's video?
No.
He posted a video of the last seconds in the fourth quarter, and he's standing.
Is he
there.
Danny Aielloing?
Yep. Yeah, he is. Exactly.
I knew it already. I love Mike Rapp.
It was amazing.
I love Rapp, dude. He's so dope. Yeah, this shit is really real right now, and I love it. I love nothing more. And too, that you're in sports, your hatred for the enemy has to be as equal to your love for your own team. Part of sports and part of being a sports fan, being a sportsman, is hating that other team. That is important, to hate that other team. That is just part of what we do. And I love it, man. I love it. Absolutely love it. I love hating that other team. Nothing gets me more hype than to hate a LeBron James and the Cavs right now. And that moment between me and that guy, and then when afterwards I was like, man, I would really root for the Dodgers over this team right now, made me go, that's where this is. Like, this rivalry is it right now. This is Seattle Seahawks 49ers. This is Giants Phillies after the 2010 season. We got in that huge fist fight with them in 2011. I mean, that still wasn't that big, as intense. Maybe closer to when Dodgers Giants were fighting in 2014, our last run, when we almost played them in the post, and we were fighting for the NL West then. But that's what this is right now. They just drive me crazy. Their fans drive me crazy. LeBron James, I have to admit, out of all the sports athletes out there, I would say maybe the only one or two guys that ever get under my skin like him is Richard Sherman or Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson, for so many things I won't even say on here because it's nothing but expletives. But Richard Sherman, obviously, because he just talks so much shit. But LeBron, man, he is, man, and LeBron, he's. I don't like how he's like always passive aggressively deals with everything on Twitter or in the press. I don't understand why he can't just go have a conversation behind closed doors like an adult. I feel like a lot of his behavior to me comes off really insecure and petty. And Bill Simmons was talking about how he's a whiner, and he's like, oh God, he's such a whiner, always whining about all of his calls. He just drives me nuts. He out of all like the big guys, the Kobe Bryants,